Alrighty everybody, welcome back to another Rivertown tutorial. My name is James. I'm going to show you how to load YouVersion live for Rivertown Church. We're going to start off by showing you how to upload a sermon to YouVersion and then how to link it back to the website. So let's start out. We're logged in here as Rivertown under our Rivertown name. We're going to go ahead and create an event. Once we click Create Event over here on the right-hand side, it should redirect us back to a new event. Alrighty, we're going to create an event under the Rivertown Church, and in this instance, we're talking about Luke's Gospel. Choose Create Event. Then allow you to edit some more description here. Notice how I choose Luke's Gospel, which is the sermon series that we're going to be talking about. And then today we're actually talking about part 7 in Luke's Gospel, which was about temptation. We're going to skip over the description right now, but typically this would be the same description that you would put on the website, the one paragraph summary of what Luke's Gospel is all about. Here you're going to choose your published on date. So for instance, this is for January 23rd's sermon. Then here's something to note. The first date tells you when it's published, when it's viewable for everybody. I usually make this available at 1 o'clock in the morning on that given Sunday. Then there's the start time of the event. Of course, our church first service starts at 9:45 in the morning. And our second service ends around 12:30 in the afternoon that Sunday. And then I usually keep that up all night until 11:55 p.m. 11:55 p.m. It'll stay up live so that they can access it, put their notes, and do all that good stuff. One interesting note here, you have to choose a time zone. Of course, we are in the Eastern time zone. And we'll go ahead and choose New York because that is our closest relevant time. We're going to save that information. Then we're going to drag and drop a couple items over here into our YouVersion Live. We're going to take a Bible reference and a couple of notes. Take note that you can add a couple of different things here, like question to poll your audience, online giving where you can link to like a PayPal account or Fellowship One where they have online giving available. Audio links if you wanted to include some sermon audio. That can also be done later once you've uploaded the sermon audio to the website. You can add a share link where people can add their instantly take what they have on here and the sermon and share that out to other people on Facebook or on Twitter or other social media accounts like that. So basically they will link to our YouVersion Live page for that day. You can add a general link, you can add a video link, and you can also add where people can put in prayer requests or you can ask them a poll for that day. But today we're just going to keep with the simple things of adding some Bible references and some notes. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up our outline for the day, which will outline what we're going to talk about. In our Bible reference, we can see here that we're going to be going over Luke 4, 1 through 13. So we'll go ahead and put that in the header here. Make sure we actually change our reference. It's also take note that you have to use the Luke exactly the way that they put it. So it's been an issue in the past where it will tell you it's a bad reference. I'm going to put in Luke 4, 1 through 13. Alrighty, and then also don't forget to change the version. Rivertown, we currently use the NIV 84. That's the most common Bible out there. So we go ahead and use 84. Then we're going to go ahead and add our notes. Our first header is Jesus was tempted but did not sin. We go ahead and put that up here. And then I usually place the scripture verse just below it here. Something interesting to note, if you were to go ahead and add a paragraph break between the first, second, and third lines, it doesn't recognize that in YouVersion. So what YouVersion would actually see is this when the person went to go preview it. So when you're going to want to try and break some information, I usually put a couple of colons there, and then, because otherwise it would be like a one run-on sentence. And then, of course, don't forget to save to keep your information. Alrighty, I've gone ahead and already put in our other notes. Tempted is bait on a hook, and then also put up your dukes, as we can see here from our notes on our outline. Once you've done that, it gives you the option to preview what it'll look like in your user's web browser. There it'll show the scripture and then your 3 points. It allows them also to add notes to those points that they can keep track of and then also share. Alrighty, so there's the preview, and now you are good to go with your event. So what you're going to want to do is go to YouVersion Live. Once you've gone on to YouVersion Live, you can click Rivertown Church, and you'll be able to see not only some of the people that we follow, but also their events. Choose Events. And for this instance, you'll have to go back to the archive where I created Luke's Gospel number 7. I actually backdated this so that we could get it into our archive. Once you click on it, you'll see the overview again, the preview of what everything looks like, but here you'll also be able to link to the event. By clicking Link to the Event, you copied the URL address to your clipboard. Now we're going to go ahead and go to rivertown.com/admin to log in. Here we've already been logged in, so we're going to go to rivertown.com, Luke's Gospel, so that we can add the URL shortcut to our page. We'll go down to text, click it so that it can become editable. This is for Part 7 Temptation. Go ahead and highlight that. And then right here there's a little world icon with a chain link, which is actually a hyperlink or a URL web address. Here we'll go ahead and paste in the shortcut to reach to that YouVersion Live event, which is seen here. Your link text, which will be YouVersion. Something to note, normally don't play around with this, but your target delineates whether or not it'll open up in a new window, in a side window, in a media pane. Couple of different options you have there. I usually just leave it as none so that it stays in the same page. So when they click it, they then go to that page. Click OK. Now you can see that your link has turned blue, showing that it is linked properly. Click Save Changes. Then it's always a good idea to go back and make sure that it works okay. So Part 7 Temptation, if we click the YouVersion link, it'll shortcut us back to the event here. So we can see our preview, the Bible scripture, and your 3 points. That wraps up how to add YouVersion links to the website. If you have any more questions, please feel free to email me, james@rivertown.com.